What's up you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're doing a little bit of a different video today and I am going to be testing your hidden gems from the drugstore. So I asked you guys on Instagram to let me know your absolute favorites from the drugstore that are like lesser known, like amazing products that not everybody knows about. Because there are awesome products from the drugstore that I feel like are very well known that a lot of people know about, like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer or Wet n Wild Highlights, for example. But today's video I wanted to focus on those really great drugstore products that aren't as well known and do a full face testing them. And these are all from your submissions from my Instagram. So thank you guys for that. I love doing these videos where I can get you guys involved in picking the products that I test out. So I have a full face of stuff. So some of these I've tried before, but honestly I'm not super familiar with. Like all of these are products that I don't regularly really use. So I'm definitely really interested to see, are they good? Why don't more people know about them? And test them all out today. I also wanted to announce in today's video that I'm going to be doing a humongous giveaway. I'm actually gonna be doing 3. So one of the giveaways is gonna be going live right here on YouTube. So for everybody watching, you can enter this, and I'm also gonna be running giveaways on my Instagram and my TikTok. I wanted to do it on all 3 platforms this time. So I'll put a picture of the YouTube giveaway prize on here. This is like for no specific reason, just to say thank you to you guys and that I love you, and I will just randomly pick somebody and send this to you. So all you have to do to enter into the YouTube giveaway is be subscribed to my channel, which hopefully if you're here, you're already subscribed. But if you're not, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell right next to the subscribe button to be notified of all my future uploads. And then just leave me a comment down below about what your favorite fall activity is. Like what's something that you love to do in the fall with your family, your friends, whomever, by yourself. Just leave me a comment down below telling me that, and just a way to get in contact with you if you are chosen as the winner. So you can leave me your Instagram, your Twitter, like anywhere that I can direct message you, or like an email address if you don't have an Instagram or a Twitter, or just some way that I can contact you if you're chosen as the winner. And like I said, you guys will get 3 chances to win if you'd like to. You can enter into the YouTube one, and you can also enter into the giveaway that I have on my Instagram and my TikTok. Both my Instagram and my TikTok is at Kelly Strack Official. So just my name and then official after it, because Kelly Strack was taken on both platforms. So you can enter those giveaways too. It's completely different products and will be, you know, completely different winners and everything like that. So that is the giveaway. All 3 are international. I don't care where you live, as long as I can send you makeup and I can send you a package, you can enter. And yeah, I think that's everything. I'll let this run for probably a week and then use a random generator to pick a winner and reach out to them. So that's that on the giveaway. Without further ado, let's go get into testing out these products. Okay, now this first product, this is probably the product out of all the products that were recommended as hidden gems that I am the most familiar with, because I did just recently try this, but so many people said this that I had to use it. Like this probably got at least 20 people commenting this when I asked for hidden gems. So the fact that so many people said this, I was like, okay, have to use it. So this is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. So this is newer, and you guys can find Hard Candy at Walmart. And everyone is saying that this is a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip, which it actually looks literally exactly the same. I actually really liked that Milk Primer, but I realized that it was making me break out, unfortunately. But in the couple times that I've tried this, I don't think that I've broken out from it. My face is breaking out a lot right now, but I think that's from like more stress than anything else. I don't think it's actually from a product, but this is a nice primer. It definitely has a tacky feel to it. So it's the same kind of feel that the Milk Hydro Grip primer has. So when you first put it on, you kind of might be like, like, I don't know, this is so sticky, you know? Because sticky primers are actually really great because they're gonna help your makeup adhere to your skin and stick to your skin and last longer, which is actually what we want. So this, I can agree with, is actually a really nice product from the drugstore that I think not that many people know about. So thank you guys for recommending this. Okay, now up next for foundation, we have an oldie, but apparently a goodie. This actually got a couple people commenting this. This is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. So I honestly don't have like a NYX foundation that I really love. Like when I think NYX, I think of like their lipsticks. I feel like that's what they're most known for, like their lip products, but their foundations is not something that I feel like there's a lot of hype about at all. And I really haven't tried many of their foundations. I know I tried this quite a while ago, but honestly, I don't remember my thoughts on it, and I haven't really used it much since. So I picked this up in the shade True Beige. But I think the whole point of this is that you're supposed to be able to control your coverage. So you can just use a little bit of it and do more of a sheer coverage, or you can use a lot of it and build up the coverage. So I guess I do understand like kind of the height behind that. So I'm just gonna drop it onto the skin. This looks like it might be a little light, but hopefully it works. And I'm gonna begin to blend it out. I didn't really use too much. But basically the person that had commented this was saying that they really like it because they can use it every day and just use a little bit of it and do like a lighter coverage. but then they can also use it when they're going out at night and stuff and want a more fuller coverage look because it kind of like dubs as both and it's versatile. So it's blending out pretty easily, and I would say honestly with the amount I used, it's probably like a medium coverage. Like you can definitely still see like my blemishes and stuff peeking through, but overall definitely making my skin look better. I am going to go in with more to see how it builds. So that's with one layer, definitely more of a matte finish. I am going to go in with a little bit more and see how much we can build up this coverage to be. I'm going to go in with about the same amount we used and see. Also, while we blend this out, I want to give a huge shout out to Function of Beauty for partnering with me on this section of today's video and making it possible. You guys know already if you watch my videos that I have raved about Function of Beauty for a long time. They make the absolute best custom shampoos and conditioners. I can't say enough good things about them, like for real, they're so good. And they are the shampoo and conditioner that I use on my hair. They have a short quiz that you can take on their website, fill in all your hair goals, like what you want from your products, how you want it to help your hair, and then also fill in like information about how your hair is. Like my hair is more thin, but I want it to be more voluminous and etc. It takes like 2 minutes, and then they will send you out your custom shampoo and conditioner right to your door. So I have a purple shampoo just because I like to tone my hair since it's blonde, and you can actually pick the colors too. This is my conditioner, so I just picked a purple conditioner as well, but I have another pink one too. So not only can you customize what it's going to do for your hair, you can customize the scents. They smell so, so good. And then you can also customize what it says. So mine say Function of Kelly on them. I don't know if you guys can really see. Let me do it on this one because it's a darker bottle. But it'll say Function of your name, super cute. You get the pumps, everything comes with it. And I have been using their shampoo and conditioner for probably about a year now. They have no parabens, no sulfates, no GMOs, no toxins, and they're 100% vegan and cruelty free. And they also just started to expand their offering. So now they have more treatments. So they have like hair masks or these leave-in treatments. I have a leave-in treatment right here, and hair serums, and they were amazing. And if you guys use the code right down below in the description box, you will get a free hair treatment with your first order. So you get a mask, a serum, or a leave-in treatment. I got a leave-in treatment that I just started to use to help strengthen my hair, but I'm very finicky about my hair. I put my hair through a lot, so I'm very picky with the products that I use, and I truly, truly love Function of Beauty. So I absolutely love them and truly a product that I use all the time. I've talked about it so many times on my channel, so you guys already know that. But click the link down below, check them out. I highly recommend. I think you guys will really like them. Okay, so now that I added that second layer, it was like getting really funky around my nose. I feel like I just didn't blend it well. There we go. So I added that second layer and definitely gave me more coverage. This is a pretty matte foundation though. So for me, I have dry skin. It doesn't necessarily feel drying on my skin, but it's definitely matte. So I feel like I like something with a little bit more of a glow to it, but I can totally understand, especially for my oily skin girls, this would probably be a great option. So I can definitely see why this would be a favorite for people. For me personally, I feel like there's other foundations I prefer more, but it's not bad. Alrighty, now for a concealer, we have, this concealer looks like it's darker than the foundation, so hopefully it works. This is the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. This is from the Healthy Skin line. Neutrogena is a brand that makeup-wise, I feel like I never really hear that much about them, like their products. I feel like skincare-wise, like everybody uses those Neutrogena makeup removing wipes. Their skincare products and stuff for Drugstore are very hyped up, but I feel like their makeup is not as hyped. So I'm interested to see. I know I've tried this once before, but again, my thoughts on it, I don't really remember. It wasn't something that like stuck with me as a staple, but let's blend it out and see. I think the whole purpose behind this is it's more of like a glowy concealer, not something that's gonna be super full coverage, but for an everyday kind of look, I can dig a little bit of a lighter coverage, especially because we did build that foundation up to be pretty full coverage. So let's put this on. What shade am I using in this? Does it say? Light 3. One makeup product I do remember being really big from Neutrogena was that like acne. You know, I'm gonna put that on this blemish too. They have that like acne foundation or something. Does anyone remember what I'm talking about? In like middle school, everybody wore it because it was like a foundation, but it had like salicylic acid or something in it, I think. And it was really, really popular. Like, cause it was like right around the time when girls were starting to get into makeup, but also their skin was like freaking out because of puberty. So that was like a popular makeup product I remember from Neutrogena. I think Clinique made one too, but I was the Neutrogena one. My mom was like, we can get Neutrogena. We don't need to be spending money on Clinique. You're 12. But I feel like that was like their version of the Clinique acne fighting foundation that was pretty popular back in the day. This concealer is actually pretty nice. So I can totally see where this is coming from. Definitely like a lighter, like maybe even medium coverage, but it blends out flawlessly and actually feels really nice on the skin. And it gives enough coverage that it's doable. Like, is it full coverage Tarte Shape Tape? No. But for an everyday concealer, I actually think this looks really nice. But see, like on my blemish, that's just like completely, you know, that didn't do much on that. But for, you know, under eyes or whatever, if you want to just use it to highlight and brighten, I think it's a really nice product. Okay, now up next, we are going to a cream contour, and this is a little bit of a different product. So the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer, I think this is very well known as like a good drugstore concealer. It's very full coverage. It's kind of like a Tarte Shape Tape drugstore dupe. But one of you guys were like, do the undercover concealer, but use it as a cream contour, because there aren't a ton of cream contour products from the drugstore. And someone was like, oh my gosh, the undercover is amazing. So I was like, okay. So we're gonna go in with the shade Caramel, which I thought might be good for me for like a contour, and use this as a cream contour. I'm not gonna do like a really big contour right now, but I'll blend this out and see how she does. Oh, I guess I could have used maybe a little bit the deeper shade, because this is kind of just like molding into my skin. Oh no, actually, it's like a subtle but nice contour. That's actually really nice and blends out quickly and easily. Okay, like that blends it out really, really flawlessly, and I think looks really nice. It's a nice natural kind of drugstore cream contour. Y'all know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna set my under eyes with Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana, so we can just set that down. Nobody really put like an under eye powder. I feel like if anything, this would be my hidden gem from the drugstore. Like, not that many people talk about this or use this for this purpose, but I love to use it to set my under eyes, so this would be my drugstore hidden gem, is the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana, and it's so much of a hidden gem that it's like impossible to find anymore. But we have some cream blushes, so I think just because this foundation is so matte on its own, I'm just gonna leave it for right now instead of going in all over the face and setting it with the powder, because I want the cream blushes to be able to blend in nicely. Alrighty, now up next for brows. You know what, let me zoom you guys in. I feel like this is a product that I know I'm not gonna really love, but I'm gonna use it anyways, because this is another one that actually a couple people put. This is the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Mascara. So this is basically like a tinted brow gel, and we're gonna just run this through my brows. My brows are freshly tinted, so maybe that'll help. The shade I have here is Nothing But Brunette. They do come in different shades, and it's just like a little spoolie. And I'm gonna just spoolie this on. I mean, okay. It's actually not as bad as I thought. I just feel like with any time these kind of products, unless you have really nice brows to begin with, this isn't going to be a great product. Like, if you have amazing shaped, beautiful, like thicker brows, like this is incredible, like amazing. Then you can literally just run this through your brows, give them like a little emphasis, and you're good to go. But I feel like my brows are kind of sparse and I need a little more help, like a legitimate like pencil to like fill them in and make them look more full. But this is actually really nice. Like, this is actually one of my favorite, I think, brow like mascara type products that I've used, because it doesn't put too much product on, and it does give you that more natural look, like almost that like laminated brow kind of look, where it emphasizes the actual little brow hairs. I am gonna go in with a little bit of a brow pencil and just add a little sculpting to my brows, just because they are a little sparse, like I said. But I was kind of skeptical, and I actually have to say this is probably actually pretty good. And I think it's like $3, so for the price, also pretty good. All right, now up next, I'm excited because a lot of people actually commented for eyeshadows, Pixie eyeshadows. So Pixie is a brand that I feel like I forget about. I don't know why. You can find them at Target. They may have them other places. I'm not sure. I know for sure you can get them at Target. They make a lot of nice products. They're a little bit more on the expensive side of the drugstore, but I would still consider it drugstore. And a lot of people were commenting their eyeshadows. So I actually just got these 2 new palettes from them. So I was like, okay, let's test them out. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna use this one. This is their Eye Effects Rosette Ray eye palette. Looks really pretty. A lot of these shadows do look like they have like shimmer to them, but I'm gonna go in with this shade first. I feel like I've tried Pixie eyeshadows before, but now I'm starting to second guess myself and be like, I don't know. I know I've tried their face products before, like face palettes and stuff from them, but the eyeshadows, I don't know. I'm just gonna go and buff this into the crease. Eyeshadow is a category a lot of time that I forget about. And even when I do these things with you guys, eyeshadow is always like one of the least like written in about makeup categories. Like, a lot of times, like, people are always coming in with the foundation, concealer, like blush, highlight, like recommendations, but the eyeshadow is one that I don't normally get a ton of people commenting about. I don't know why that is necessarily. I feel like a lot of times people will just buy like a lot of drugstore makeup, but then buy their eyeshadows high end, which is interesting. Next, we're gonna go in with this deeper kind of pink shade, or not pink, I don't know why I said pink, it's purple. I'm gonna start to build that up in the crease, like so. So far, these do seem to be blending really, really nicely and easily, which I do like. I really want to go in with this pretty shade right here. So what I think I'm going to do is like kind of like a halo eye. So I'm going to do this in the inner and outer corner. I'm just going in with a flat top brush on the inner corner. Wow. Yeah, this is actually really pigmented, and I don't have any like Fix Plus or anything. This is a completely dry brush. I'll use some Fix Plus in the other eye to see the difference. We're just gonna pack this on. Spray some Fix Plus. Okay, so I do think it applies a little bit more pigmented with a damp brush, but honestly not that much different. You're struggling to get nice pigment without it. Then I'm gonna go in with this more gold. I'm just gonna go in with my finger, and I'm gonna pack this on the center of the lid. Let's give that look of like a halo, like brightened center. I feel like the red came out a little messy in the inner corner. I'm gonna hit that with a makeup wipe. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in and hit the inner corner with this light shade right here, because I feel like I forgot that like putting like legit red on your inner corner is gonna make it look like you have like pink eye or something. So this looks a bit better, I think, instead of bringing it all the way in to the inner corner. I'm just gonna highlight the brow bone with that same light shade too. And then on the lower lash line, I'm gonna go back in with this shade right here. Maybe I'll mix in a little bit of this purple too. And I'm just gonna buff that on the lower lash line, like so. And just blend that all out and blend everything together. These shadows do have a decent amount of fallout to them, so I'm just wiping it away. But aside from that, I think they work pretty well. And the shimmers were really, really pretty. Okay, now for a liner, this one was also commented pretty frequently. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Liquid Ink Liner, and they were like better than high end. So it's kind of like a felt tip. It's not an actual brush tip. I think I mostly prefer like an actual brush tip, but felt tip, I don't mind either. So let's go in with this. It's definitely very thin, which helps to get a nice precise line. You know, you don't want to go in with a really big, like thick and chunky liner, especially if you're more of like a beginner and like try and do a winged look with this. I don't know if mine's like dried out. I feel like this isn't working amazingly for me. But you know what? It is definitely a drier formula, which some people may like, because then it's not like it's gonna spread everywhere and like you're gonna make a ton of mistakes. So I guess I kind of understand that. For me, I prefer a little bit more of a liquidy formula so I don't have to keep going in and adding more product. Actually, I feel like the more I use this, I'm kind of like, no, like this line is so thick right now because I keep trying to like make it look better because the product is just like not, I don't know if mine is like dried out or something, and that's what the issue is, but it is not working for me today. And I feel like I have tried this liner before. I feel like on this side it's working much better now. Maybe it was just kind of dried out and that's why. But I like really shook it up now, and I feel like it performed a lot better on this eye than on this one with this ginormous wing that I feel like have to match on this eye. Oh goodness. All right, so I'm just gonna clean the liner up a little bit on this eye. Just see, I just hit it with the makeup wipe and that actually helps. And I'm just gonna go in with my blender and just kind of blend it a little bit. That at least helped to make it look not so thick. Looks better, I guess. All right, now I'm just gonna jump in. This is the Revlon So Fierce eyeliner. I'm just gonna jump in and put this in my waterline. This was not something that was commented. I didn't really get a lot of like gel liner pencils like this commented, so just jumping in with my own pick. And you know what I like videos like this too, is it really does go to show like just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's a bad product. And vice versa, like just because I love something doesn't mean it's necessarily gonna work for you. Like makeup products I feel like are so specific and so can change so widely like person to person. So it's cool, like what works for one person will not necessarily work for somebody else, you know? Okay, now for mascara, one of the most commented was the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara. So this, I feel like this is pretty well known, I think, as a pretty good mascara. There are a lot of like good mascaras at the drugstore. This one, it's been a while though since I've used, so let's go in and check it out because this was commented quite a few times. And this isn't like a go-to mascara of mine from the drugstore, but it actually looks like it's working pretty well on my lower lashes so far. It's more of like a moussey texture, which is what I like from my mascaras. I don't like anything that's super liquidy for mascaras because then I feel like it doesn't do anything for my lashes, you know? Like it won't really hold them in place. I feel like that made my lower lashes look like really long. So I'm gonna go in on my upper lashes with this. Since we do have that thick liner, I feel like we're not gonna be able to tell since my lashes are kind of short, but I definitely like the way that it looks on my lower lashes. It kind of reminds me of the Lancome Mousseur Big, which is one of my favorites. This is definitely a really nice mascara and something that I had forgotten about that I'm glad I've now rediscovered. Thanks to you guys. Okay, now moving on back to the face, we're gonna go in with bronzer. So one that I saw commented was the ColourPop bronzers. Now I feel like everybody knows ColourPop. It's an amazing brand. They're very hyped up, but I do feel like their bronzers is not something that ColourPop is really known for. Like I feel like they're known for like their liquid lipsticks, their eyeshadows, not necessarily the bronzers. So it's a lesser talked about product. So I have their Coconut Talk to the Palm bronzer right here. And I'm gonna go in with this to bronze up the skin. Oh my goodness, I went in with way too much. Oh goodness. Okay, so she is pigmented. Okay, we'll blend it out. Don't worry. You don't need a lot of this. For some reason, I thought it was like light. Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on. Going with a clean, fluffy brush and blending that out, but that's nice. You don't need a lot to get the job done. And yeah, this is actually a nice bronzer. I just went in with way too much. But I like the warmth that it gave to my skin. It's definitely more of like a warm toned bronzer, but they do have a couple different shades. And this is definitely a product that I do forget about. That is nice. So I need to start using this more often. Okay, now next we have the Believe Beauty Cream Blush. So Believe Beauty is exclusive to Dollar General, but they have these cream blushes. This one is in the shade Doll Face. I feel like this goes good with our eyes. I do have this other one. This is Tropical Sunset. This one's more like orangey, but I feel like the pink, I don't know, they both kind of go, but I think I'm gonna use the pink one today. And these were another product that a couple people did comment, so I'm gonna go with a brush and just work this. Oh yeah, wait, this is actually really pigmented. Oh my gosh, what is with me going in with too much product? Hang on. This is also, I can tell, like more, it looks more purpley. What are these? I had these little things from that fluffy blending brush I went in with coming off of my face. Sorry about that. It's more purpley when applied to the cheeks than pink. Wow, this is actually very pigmented, so you really don't need a lot of this. I'm just trying to spread it out to the other cheek. But I actually like a lot of Believe Beauty's products. Like for the prices, they're really nice. The only thing that stinks is you can only get them at Dollar General, at least as of right now, and I don't really live very close to one. But if you do, I think it's worth checking out. Oh my gosh, I have like so much product going on my face right now because Mama was a little too heavy-handed today. These honestly, you could probably, oh wow, yeah. So these are like glossy, like I'm like, let me double check. Yeah, this is cream blush. So these are actually, I feel like if I would have swatched on my finger before, like they're very, very creamy. Like this could have been applied with my finger, but I normally just use a brush and that's just what I went in with. But you can probably apply it with your finger like so and just like blend it out with your finger and have it be easier. You really don't need a lot. I feel like going with the brush was almost too much, like because it's already very pigmented, but definitely really pretty. Now for a highlight, we have the Physicians Formula Rose All Day Petal Glow Highlight. I have the shade Freshly Picked right here. So y'all know I'm a tough critic when it comes to highlights, so let's see. This does look like a rose, which is really pretty. This is like a newer, ooh, definitely smells like rose too. This is a newer collection from them. I feel like I've tried products from this collection, if not even the highlighter itself, but ooh, girl, that is stunning. Okay, I see you guys. I've actually really liked the Physicians Formula Butter Highlight too. Oh wow, this is so pretty. Because I'm not the biggest fan of the butter bronzer, but their highlights are very, very nice. Definitely has a lot of scent to it though. Like this is very, very rose scented. So if you don't like scent, you're not gonna like this, but aside from that, it's beautiful. I mean, that's blinding. And the shade is pretty because it's a mix of gold and pink. So you kind of get both of those undertones with it, which is nice too. I like that. Okay, for lippy, we have the CoverGirl lipstick. So these I completely agree with. These are really, really nice, but I wanted to pick a shade that I had not tried before. So I picked the shade Streaker. So this is a demi-matte. They have literally a million different shades with a bunch of different finishes, but all of their lipsticks from CoverGirl I really, really like. I think they're some of the best from the drugstore. They remind me a lot of MAC, honestly, with the way that they have like so many different shades and so many different finishes. It's really nice and lots of options. So I'm gonna go in with this today on my lip. Looks like a really pretty pinky nude. Has a nice like cookie, kind of sugar cookie scent to it. What I like too is like they just glide on so nice. Like they're very creamy, even though it's like a matte finish. And this is like my favorite kind of lipstick shade, like a pinky kind of mauve. So it actually looks really, really nice. Now for lip gloss, this one I totally agree with. A lot of you guys said the Revlon The Gloss. So I really like these. I feel like I've talked about them quite a few times, but I feel like I don't see that many other people talking about them, and they are really, really nice. So I have the shade here, Blissed Out. This is a shade that I have not tried yet before. One of my favorites from them is this pink one. This is in Rose Quartz. I love this one. I use it a lot. This one's a little bit deeper, so I figured we'd tie in the eyes with this today. They have big doe foots. They're nice and glossy. They remind me a lot of the Tarte H2O lip glosses, which you guys know I love, but obviously those are more expensive. I think the Tarte H2O ones last a little better on the lips, like for a little longer, but these are still really, really nice. And they have a ton of different shades and give a really pretty, like juicy kind of glossy look to the lips. Nice little lip combo. I like that. And then last but not least, for setting spray, a lot of people said the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal long lasting setting spray. So I thought Flower Beauty was like done. Like I, for some reason, thought the brand had stopped, but then I looked online and you can get this at Walmart. So I was like, okay, I'll test it out and use it because I didn't want to try a product from them that you couldn't find anymore. Like some people were commenting other products from Flower Beauty that were no longer available, but this I could still find online. So I'm gonna spritz my face with this. Okay, so that's really, really nice because it's actually a very light mist. Like so many drugstore setting sprays are not a light mist. This one is really, really light. Like I could hold that really close to my face and still have it be completely fine. It does have a scent to it. It's not super, super overpowering. It's like a nice kind of florally scent. I would just prefer my setting sprays to have no scent, but this one doesn't bother me because it's not like super, super overbearing. So that I definitely like. So yeah, you guys, that was everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video.